Hey folks, it's John with KGTropicals.com. Wanted to bring you an update on the Fluval M60 saltwater tank. It's been a long time since I've talked about this, or at least done videos about it. I have talked about it in the live streams, but never really in a video. So what I wanted to do is kind of talk about what I've learned so far in the saltwater hobby, ask you for some advice on some things, and then I want to show you something new that I'm super excited about and I can't wait to get started with. So let's start off with talking about what I've learned. One of the biggest things that I've learned about saltwater fish keeping is that yes, it is different from freshwater, but it's not all that much different. If you understand the concept of keeping a freshwater tank healthy, you can pretty much do the same thing in saltwater. Now, of course, saltwater does cost a lot more money than freshwater does. The fish cost more, the decorations cost more, the equipment costs more, everything costs more, even the food costs more. But as far as the concepts of keeping the water clean and the maintenance and things like that, very similar to freshwater. I've been keeping freshwater for a long time, so it wasn't hard for me to figure out exactly what to do to keep this clean and keep my fish from dying off. I've not had any fish die off at all except for the one that jumped out of the tank. I mean, that wasn't bad fish keeping other than the fact that I didn't have a lid on the tank. So I guess you could call that bad fish keeping, but you understand what I mean. It wasn't the water that killed that fish, it was me not covering the tank. I have not had that problem with any of these. Again, I don't know how much I talked about it, so I'm just gonna go ahead and go through it. We bought two clowns originally. I don't know what kind of clowns they are, they're just clowns. And about a week after we got them, one of them jumped out. Lisa surprised me. She went and bought, where is he? She bought me another one. He's up here behind the circulation pump. You'll see him. There he is, poking his head out. But he's a smaller one, absolutely adorable. She went and surprised me with that, and it was so exciting. We were back to having two clowns in here again. Well, then, I guess it was a month and a half later, I decided I wanted more. And so I went to Petco. Yeah, I know, but it's the only thing I have close to me. Went to Petco, and I bought that guy right there, a blue damsel. A lot of people told me not to get damsels, and maybe that's why I actually did it, because I like to do things that people tell me I can't do. They didn't say don't do it, they just said you can't keep them together because they'll always fight. There's never been any fighting that have gone on in here at all. The damsel and the clowns have gotten along perfectly, so no problems there at all. I also bought a cleaner shrimp. I am infatuated with shrimp in saltwater tanks. I love the freshwater ones too, but like the fire shrimps and the cleaner shrimps and stuff like that, I absolutely love them. Bought this cleaner shrimp. He was big. That's what they called it anyway, cleaner shrimp. I'm not up on the terminology yet, but brought him home, and within a half an hour, that fish died. I mean, I don't know. So I talked to a lot of people about it, and they said, that these shrimp can be fragile if water conditions aren't absolutely perfect, and that could have been the case. These fish, very hardy fish, from what I understand, very easy to keep. So, lesson learned, no big deal. And then I also learned a lesson that these places don't guarantee fresh or saltwater fish. That was upsetting after I drove 30 minutes back to Petco, and they said, nope, sorry, you're screwed. Now, I've also learned about maintaining a saltwater tank. I've been keeping the water. The water's good as far as the ammonia levels and nitrate levels and all that kind of stuff. I've been doing a good job keeping that at bay. And I mean, the process really isn't all that much different from maintaining a freshwater tank, except you do need to mix up some salt water. One of the first things that I learned about this hobby, and if you are somebody that is learning right along with me and this is all brand new to you, something that you might not know, when water evaporates from this tank, you don't top it off with salt water. That was one of the first things I'm glad that I learned, because the salt does not evaporate from saltwater aquariums. It stays in there. What evaporates is just the water. So when you top off a tank that evaporates and the water line starts to go down, you top it off with fresh water, which I use my RODI water from the Coral Life RODI system that I showed you in a past video. I use that, top it off with some water conditioner, no big deal, everything's perfectly fine. When it comes to doing water changes, I do 5-gallon water changes about every week and a half, maybe 2 weeks, and I will put my salt water or my fresh water into a 5-gallon bucket with a heater and a small circulation pump, similar to that one. I'll pour my salt in there until I get to the salinity that I want, which for this tank right now is at a 1.026. At least I think. I just found out today that my hydrometer is broken, so I need to go get a new one of those. I think I'm actually going to do what everybody's been telling me to do and get a refractometer. I'm going to go ahead and that's how I'm going to say it. But I think that's what people have been telling me that I need to get. I'm going to replace the broken hydrometer with one of those. So anyway, what I shoot for is the 1.026 salinity. I will continue to add salt into the 5-gallon bucket, letting it mix up, give it about a half an hour or so and test it, see if I need to add any more salt. I do it very, very slowly because once you pass that point, then you're kind of stuck. So mix it up and then I'll let it sit overnight, get up to temperature with the heater that's in the bucket, and then I'll do my water change the next day. And it's been very, very easy. I have been gravel vacuuming this. And I mean, as far as maintenance goes, it's no different at all than a freshwater tank, with the exception being you have to mix up the salt water. No big deal. I'm going to tell you right now the biggest struggle that I'm having with this, and then we'll move on and I'll show you something that I'm super excited about. I'm struggling with algae. The reason why the blue lights are on right now as opposed to the full spectrum lights is because it just looks so bad. The rocks are all brown. They're not the pretty purple like you see in other saltwater tanks. They're brown. I need your help with that. I need you to guide me on what to do about algae. I don't know if it's the same as freshwater tanks. I did a while back use new algae and it worked really well. Within maybe a week and a half or so, everything was looking a lot better. But I don't want to just continuously use that. I want to solve that problem and figure out why there is so much algae. Brown, like diatom algae, thick algae in here is what I'm getting. So help me out with that. I can help you with freshwater stuff. You help me with the saltwater stuff. We'll all work together. It'll be a beautiful thing. So that's the only thing that I'm struggling with, and that's why I haven't decided to add any corals to this yet, because it would just look bad, because the rocks are all brown and nasty and muddy looking. So anyway, let me go now and show you something that I'm super excited about. It was a big surprise. So here it is. This is what I'm so excited about. It is the Fluval EVO 13.5 gallon nano tank, nano reef tank. I'm so excited about this, folks, because I've been wanting to explore the world of corals, and I can certainly do it in the other one, and I probably will, but this is a great place to start. Small, easy, compact, and I'm just, can you tell? I'm excited about it. So in this year of experimenting with new things, getting this tank and doing it exclusively for a reef is something that I'm super excited about. I think I have a good enough understanding of how to keep saltwater to be able to do it. But I need your help. I need you to help me on what to look for, maybe things that I should add to the tank as far as chemicals and additives and things like that go to ensure success with a reef. Let me know about those things. But let me tell you what my immediate plans are for this tank before we even get started with that. There is a shop in Richmond, Virginia, which is about an hour and 30 minutes away from me, that I plan on going to, that sells live rock. This is rock that they actually cure in their facility. They have huge bins, not full of dry rock, but it's full of rock that they're constantly curing, I don't know how you want to call it, but they're hooked up to the same system that the tanks are hooked up to, so they get seeded and they get nice and full of all of that stuff that we want. It's very expensive. It's about $7 a pound for this rock, but I thought since it's such a small tank, it'd be a great way to get this tank started and get it going right away. The guy at the shop, of course, he's a shop owner and he's trying to sell me something. He said I could basically instantly cycle my tank with that, especially when I'm going to be using in this tank live sand. That's a guarantee. I'm going to be doing that on this one. So I'm going down to that shop this coming Wednesday. Who knows when you're watching this, but within the next week from uploading this video, I am going to that shop and I'm going to pick up some of those rocks and I'm going to pick up the live sand and get this thing fired up and going. And then I'm going to take my time. I'm going to let it sit and I'm going to let it do its thing before I do what the guy that owns the store said and put corals in there right away. Where am I going to get my corals from? I have no idea. I'm looking around. There's quite a few websites that I've found that have drawn me in. I like what they stand for. I like what they do. I like reviews that I've seen on those websites. So I might order them online. I might go to a place in Richmond and buy them, or go up to Baltimore, Maryland or something. I don't know. Do I drive a couple hours, or do I order them? I don't know. I don't know what I should do about that. But if you have suggestions on good websites to order corals from, or if you know a guy who knows a guy that's heard of another guy that knows where good places are to buy corals online and have them shipped, put it in the comment section below, along with whatever advice you want to give me moving forward with this. For those people that are learning saltwater with me, I don't know about you, but I'm having a good time, and I'm sorry that I haven't put as many videos up as I promised. The main reason why I haven't is because if I was doing that every single week, I would basically be updating you on the exact same thing, because I haven't done anything. I've been kind of sitting with that tank, enjoying it for what it is, but I haven't done anything with it yet. So there's nothing really to update you on. So this one though, this one there's going to be plenty to talk about. So what my plan is, again, is to go and get that rock and sand next week. I will do a video about that. Maybe we'll decorate the tank together or something. I don't know. It'll be fun. I can't wait to do it. That's going to be next week. And of course, I'll show it to you on video. And every single step in this process that I make, I'm going to show you. I'm also thinking about doing a video of setting this tank up, because it's very simple to do. If this is going to be your first reef tank, you should know what's involved in setting it up. So if you can't tell already, this saltwater thing has me excited. It's brought a new angle to the hobby and completely revitalized the hobby for me. So I'm just totally tickled pink. That's what my dad used to say. So excited about this. I hope you are too. I hope you're enjoying following along with me. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and cut this video off because I've been rambling for way too long. I hope you're excited, or as excited as I am about this tank. I can't wait to get it started, and can't wait to show you the next step in the process. Whew, I'm sweating. It's time for me to go. Thank you all so much for watching this. Don't forget, down in the description is all of the links to our affiliates offering huge discounts if you enter Tank Talk at checkout. And then, of course, there's that other website too, KGTropicals.com. Go check it out. I've got all kinds of stuff on there, including these t-shirts. You can buy them right now. I'll ship them right out to you. So anyway, commercial over. Thank you so much for watching this video. I look forward to talking to you again next time.